JoJo, you got another one you can pull out the squeeze box for, right quick?
Just to have a little fun, me and John Marshall went on a run. We went out to a Zydeco dance. He had a little girl and he gave it a chance. I gotta go back to that dance. I went out just to have a little fun. Me and my boys, we went on a run. We went out by the Waikiki. He met a girl, but she liked me. I gotta go back to that dance. Just to have a little fun. Me and the boys, we went on a run. We went down by the Richard Club, met some little girls and we fell in love. I gotta go back to that dance. I went out just to have a little fun. Me and Pablo, we went on a run. We went down to Timamu, met some pretty girls, but she like you. I gotta go back to that club.
We're live at the Liberty Theater in Eunice, Louisiana as the RENDEZ02 Jam program, enjoying some good music from JoJo Reed and the Happy Hills Zydeco Band. JoJo's first appearance here since 1996, and JoJo, a Eunice native, still living here in Eunice, Louisiana, but as he mentioned earlier, traveling all over the place, playing that Zydeco music. And don't forget, coming up next weekend, the Liberty Theater continues May 24th with COD, Cajun on Demand. Also, the Forrest Huval Band will be playing. So, two bands next Saturday. Then on May 31st, Hubert Met and the Triangle Aces featuring Donnie Broussard. So lots more to come your way here at the RENDEZ02 Jam program live at the Liberty Theater. So JoJo, you got another one for us? You got some technical, well, he's got to talk with his band members just a little bit, get things together, eh? Everything's copacetic now?
Jerry, is Jerry up there? I got to do this for Mr. Jerry, the VA camera guy, technical guy. He was messing with me yesterday, telling me the places he'd been all over the world. And I said, I haven't played harmonica in like, I don't know, forever and a day.
I was wondering if you're going to do it tonight.
I'm going to do this for Mr. Jerry. I know he's somewhere up in here.
Yeah, he's a fine harmonica player. Been, I think, probably hit the Liberty since the broadcast began. So dedicate this to Jerry DeVilliers. There's a little blues number, JoJo, or it's going to be, okay.
Good on, Bob. Bobby Broussard. I drunk a little wine. I called my baby. I began to feel fine. I got up this morning. I felt like laying back down. My head was in a spin. The bed was going around and around. Take it on.
JoJo Reed pulling out the harmonica said, woke up this morning and had to lay back down because the bed was spinning around. We all been there a time or two, JoJo. It's kind of those times too when you're in the bathroom and please, Lord, I won't drink no more. Just let me get up from. Well, we won't go there. We won't talk about that no more.
What do you know about that, Herman?
I heard about that before. I don't know anything about that.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you had the harmonica and you got the accordion. What came first for you as far as the instruments?
The harmonica was the first thing I learned. I started playing harmonica when I was like 7 years old, and I played for a couple of years. And thinking back to Paul's grandfather, when Leo would come and play the church hall at St. Matilda when they had the church gym.
Okay.
And those guys back then, when they would call me up, I was the little guy, but they would call me up on stage, and I'd play along with Leo and Willis Prudhomme and those guys. And a few years later, decided I'd pick up an accordion. All right. And I'll tell you about that story. It's a long story, but I cut it short. I participated in talent shows. And on the very first time I was on this stage, it was in 1983.
83.
In 1983, I did a talent show here, and I played the harmonica. It was a school talent show. And then we did another show. It was called Putting on the Hits. And that's when you would participate and lip sync to your favorite songs. And I did Rockin' City, Don't Mess With My Tutu when everybody else was doing rap tunes and Michael Jackson. But it led to a thing.
Tutu was hot at that time.
It was real hot. Don't Mess With My Tutu. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that song for you because I was thinking about that a few minutes ago because this is where it's all started at.
All right. So where he got his beginning right here at the Liberty Theater stage doing Don't Mess With My Tutu, the song that became a million seller for Rockin' Sidney Simeon, also a Grammy winner, and then other artists recorded the song like Fats Domino and Denise LaSalle, John Fogerty. Some of them had big hits with it. So we're going to go back to 1983 now, JoJo Reed.
Don't mess with my tutu. You can have this other woman, but don't mess with my tutu. You can look as much if you much as touch. You're gonna have yourself a king. I'm gonna break your face. Don't mess with my tutu. Don't mess with my tutu. Now you can have this other woman, but don't mess with my tutu. You can look as much if you much as touch. You're gonna have yourself a king. I'm gonna break your face. Don't mess in my toot-toot. Don't mess in my toot-toot. Now you can have this other woman, but don't mess in my toot-toot.
Oh no!
Don't mess in my toot-toot. Don't mess in my toot-toot.
Don't you touch now!
You can have this other woman, but don't you mess with my toot-toot.
Oh no!
When she was born in a bird suit, the doctor slapped her behind. He said you're gonna be special, and you're gonna be mine. You can look as much, if you much as touch. You're gonna have yourself a kid. I'm gonna bring you in.
Take it away, Joe!
Don't mess with my tutu. JoJo Reed and the Happy Hills Zydeco Band here at the Liberty Theater, Eunice, Louisiana. JoJo was telling us that way back in 1983, that started his career pretty much for him right here at the Liberty. JoJo, you mentioned there's a talent show. What kind of reaction you got from the people when you played that?
I got a great. Well, let me tell you right quick how did it all go down. At that time, Zydeco, which they would call it French La La back then, it was actually for the older generation.
Right.
You never would hardly see the youngsters like they do now.
It's totally opposite.
It's
now.
totally opposite, totally different. So what it was when the talent show came up, which I was participating like every year before, but I used to dance, believe it or not. I didn't have all this, and I had these moves and all that and whatever. And I was doing Michael Jackson, and after a few years, it got kind of old and it played out. But they were still doing Run DMC, the Fat Boys, and they was rapping and all this other stuff, which was happening for the younger generation. And so I was like tired of doing Michael Jackson, and the teacher came and she asked me. She said, "You gonna participate this year in the talent show?" And I was like, "No, I'm not gonna do it this year." She was like, "Why not?" I said, "Because I don't have anything to do." I said, "I'm tired of doing Michael Jackson." So she was like, "Well, your family, they go to the French La La, they be doing the dance and all that. Why don't you do, a Zydeco song, John Delafosse or something?" Well, I said, "No, I'm not gonna do that because the kids gonna laugh at me, because back then it was funny for them because it was just for the old folks."
Yeah,
Like, "Oh no, that's for the old people."
Yeah.
Well, I was on my way to school one morning. We was riding our bikes along 2nd Street, and the radio station is still there, right down the street.
Right.
And they had the speakers outside, and it was playing "Don't Mess With My Toot-Toot." And my friend and I, we were on our bikes, and when we passed, we're like, "Stop! Wait a minute." And I said, that's the song. That's a Zydeco song, but they be playing on all the radio stations, know?
Right, oh yeah.
And I said, I'm gonna do that song at the talent show. So, and he was like, "Man, you crazy. They're gonna laugh at you and all this other stuff." So I said, "I'm gonna do it anyway." So I did it as a joke, just a gimmick to make everybody laugh. I put my cowboy boots on, my cowboy hat, and I made an accordion out of a washing powder box, a detergent box. and it looked just like the real accordion. I still have that picture from way back.
All right.
And so I did the show, and all the kids at school say, "Man, they're going to laugh at you. They're going to throw popcorn at you. They just going to laugh you out of the building." So I said, "I don't care. I'm going to do the song." Came on stage, did "Don't Mess With My Toot-Toot," and everybody got into it. And when they start clapping, and when I say toot-toot, everybody was toot-toot. And I said, "Oh, I got him now." And all my boys, classmates was looking over there, and they was like frowning, like, man. And sure enough, when the judges called the name up and said, "First place, JoJo Reed Bop," Man, they wasn't throwing at me, but my friends, they were mad, man. It was like, this old country so-and-so and this and that and all that. But that's what all began. And a year later, my parents was able to afford and bought a new accordion, and that's why I started.
That's how you started. Wow, what a story. Went back to your roots and started a whole new career for you. That's real good as we're being entertained by JoJo Reed and the Happy Hills Zydeco Band. JoJo, what did you win? You got some money? Or?
I forget what the prize was. Oh, it was a trophy. We got a trophy.
Okay.
So I still have that also. But and I got my picture. It was on the front page of the Eunice News and the Daily World. And I'm like, here it is. I'm famous now. I'm famous. And didn't think that it was going to lead to this.
All right. Well, you never know how things will turn out. That's real good. So back to more music. What you got coming for?
I want to call one of my cousins up here, and I'm going to let him sing a song with me because he rode with me since he was 14 years old.
Okay.
And then after he got married, that was the end of that. We ain't going to talk about that. But I'm going to call him up here and let him sing a song with us and play the rubboard because it's a song that we used to play a lot, and everybody was into it. So I'm going to call Kendra Frank up over here.
Kendrick Frank. All right, y'all welcome.
Y'all give it up for the original Happy Hill Band scrub boy player, Kendrick Frank.
1 2, check 1 2.
All right.
All right. 1 2, yeah. Oh yeah.
Work on the accordion, get the sound right.
All right, we're doing something like this. You ready, Bo?
Let's go, Joe. All right.
Here we go.
Tonight, I'm gonna get loaded on a bottle of whiskey. On a bottle of whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
Night before last, I got loaded on a bottle of wine.
Bottle what?
On a little bit of shine, y'all. You know I feel alright. I feel alright now. I feel alright. I feel alright. Alright. Fais attention, baby. Yeah, Joe. Come on. Yeah, boss. Tonight, I wanna get loaded on a bottle of wine. On a little bit of wine, y'all. Last night, I got loaded on a bottle of whiskey. On a bottle of whiskey. You know I feel alright. I feel alright now. I feel alright. I feel alright. You know I feel alright. You know I feel alright. Yeah, Bobby. Let those here. Come on. Oh, do it now. Yeah, a little harder. Take it home. Come on. You know I feel alright. I feel alright now. I feel alright. I feel alright.
Give it up for Kendra Frank.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Cornbread. Good is good. I want my cornbread. Oh, good is good. Yeah, yeah. Get on. Yeah, Joe. All right. Get on, get on. Yeah, y'all. The good's good. Give me cornbread. Well, give me cornbread. All right. Give me cornbread. Good job. Give me cornbread. Good. Ha. Cornbread. Oh, I want my good's good. Yeah, Bobby. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like it, Joe. You like that, Bo? We're doing a Bojack style right here. Na 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 na, bring it down. All right. Here we go. Yeah, yeah. Well, here we go. Here we go. Well, here we go, y'all. Here we go. Do it now. What you gonna give me? Right, yeah. A Bojack. Uh-huh. What you gonna give me? A bill of Bojack. Oh, yeah. Listen, listen. Oh, I like that, Joe. Yeah, yeah. Bring it back. Cornbread. Who's good? Cornbread. Who's good?
All right, cornbread. Give him cornbread. JoJo Reed and the Happy Hills Zydeco Band. The song first done by Willis Prudhomme, then Bojack made it popular. What you remember about Bojack, JoJo?
There's a lot of memories because he was one of the guys that I followed a whole lot, and kind of my style picked up from where he left off.
Yeah.
Back in the early '80s, when I really first started playing, I was kind of following him when he was playing around in the area. And at that time, I really wasn't playing accordion that well, but I was playing the rubboard and the drums. So every once in a while, he'd have problems keeping a drummer and a rubboard. So he called me up from time to time, man, I need a drummer. Man, I need a rubboard player. So I'd go and play with him. And at the same time, it was giving me the experience, and I was learning how he go.
Yeah,
so
right.
here it is. Like I said, this was one of the songs that he was playing that was real popular, and I just decided I'd do it.
Yeah, gone but not forgotten. Lost him in 1999, but left us some great music behind, the late, great Bojack. All right, JoJo.
I'm going to do a waltz right here.
Okay.